Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, and everyone these days is cheering her record and widely recognized world title fight, 17-2 with 9 KOs.
Got a break. She's making a break for women's boxing. She's doing so much, and for her to be so strong.
Look at this crowd, Morrow. They are on there.
To attain in the sport of boxing. Remember 1975 women. The belts tell the story. 38-year-old Katie, well, it came 11 fights ago in 2019 over Rose.
This is your co-main event of the evening. The rematch for the undisputed super lightweight championship of the world. Live worldwide on Netflix from AT&T Stadium here in Texas. It is sanctioned by the Texas State Athletic Commission with our judges at ringside. From Canada, Jeremy Hayes. From Indiana, Nate Palmer. From Texas, Jesse Reyes. And our timekeepers, Genaro Perez and Arthur White. And our referee in charge when the bell rings from Texas, John Shorley. Let's meet the fighters. First, the challenger, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing the all-black, she stands 5 feet, 5 1/2 inches tall. She weighed in at 137.4 pounds. She holds a professional record of 47 victories, opposite just 2 defeats and 1 draw, with 31 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And she fights out of Carolina, Puerto Rico. She is chronicled in the Guinness Book of World Records, having captured 9 world titles across 7 weight divisions. And she was the very first Puerto Rican undisputed world champion. And she is the current reigning unified featherweight champion of the world. Damas y caballeros, presentando a la campeona unificada del mundo, Amanda, the real deal, Serrano. And now her opponent, the champion, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing the black trunks with gold trim, she stands 5 feet, 5 inches tall. She weighed in at 137.4 pounds. She holds a near-perfect professional record of 23 victories versus just 1 defeat, with 6 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And she fights out of Bray, Ireland. She's one of the most decorated boxers in history. Katie Taylor!
Okay, ladies, for the undisputed world championship, give me a good, clean fight. Obey my commands and protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves, good luck.
Katie Taylor has already cemented her legacy as one of the best after. She wants to close this rivalry with another win over Amanda Serrano, who, if she records a knockout tonight, would equal Hall of Famer Christy Martin's all-time female record of 32. Sydney Sweeney's playing the coal miner's daughter in an upcoming biopic.
You ready?
Christy Martin, a Hall of Famer. I know she is also watching tonight and celebrating the evolution of women's boxing. This is round 1, but really round 11, following that instant classic 2 years ago. And if you look at what the strategy should be, Roy, many people say for Taylor it's about the lateral movement. It's about fighting off the back foot, establishing the jab. For Serrano, as she did in the first fight, outworked, outlanded Taylor, but Taylor was able to dig deep and really stormed back in that last 30 seconds of the 10th round. Hey, Riddick Bowe and Holyfield, they may have some company for the 10th round, Roy. What a round it was.
Yeah, it was one of the most epic rounds in the sport of boxing that I've seen, and definitely the biggest round ever for female boxing. But right now, Katie started out a little different.
Oh, and the counter shot by Taylor.
Yeah, they both started out a little different, but oh, good jab by
And of course, Serrano, the southpaw, doubling up the jab, lands a straight left down the middle. And one thing we saw, the adjustment being made, Taylor, after that 5th round onslaught from Serrano, she was able to clinch and reset, smother the offense of Serrano. But right now, a good start for the champion, Rosie, as she's on that back foot, trying to angle away from the pressure of Serrano.
Yeah, but Serrano's coming forward, and Katie better stay away from that corner, because if Serrano catches her, it's going to be really, really a tough night for Katie Taylor.
Oh, beautiful hand speed, crisp combination from Taylor. Backs up, trying to set a trap for a counter. Serrano lands the left.
Serrano is a better puncher for sure, but Katie's got to keep out of those corners and keep attacking Serrano first.
Yeah, Katie's using her footwork.
Nice lead left hand by the southpaw. And that's one thing we've seen with Taylor in that first fight too, the bobbing and weaving, the slipping, but returning to center line. Serrano able to time that. And there again!
Nice shot! Nice
she
shot!
rattled Taylor here in round 1. Serrano's power on display. Saved by, well, the bell went, but Taylor was in trouble. Rematch for the undisputed 140-pound crown, and Serrano, you know what? Katie better bar the door, because Serrano is bringing an offensive onslaught already.
Yeah, but you see Serrano being a lot more economical with the punches this time. She's not just going to war. She's boxing, fighting smart. And I think this is going to be a different fight for her, fighting this way. She knows not to just put it on the gas all the time, but when to.
It's amazing, as we mentioned, Serrano has won titles at 115, Rosie. She predominantly fights at 126, and yet she's brought her power all the way up to 140.
That's right, because she is a true champion.
Katie looks like she's struggling already with her breathing. Look at her mouth.
Yep.
I don't like her presence right now.
Again, longest career layoff. And now a special message from Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz about their new movie, Back in Action. 37%, Serrano 30 of 62, 48%. And again, 10 rounds in women's championship fights, so it is a sprint, not a marathon. And yet you wonder, Serrano has been an advocate. She wants 12 3-minute rounds just like the men, and yet, Roy, we've talked about this. There's something to be said about these 2-minute rounds and the action they produce. I
love the action that these 2-minute rounds produce. I think this is perfect because there are very few women, with the exception of Serrano and the girl that fought earlier tonight, that get a lot of knockouts.
Shadesha Green won a vacant 168-pound title on the undercard, defeating Canada's Melinda Watpool. Under a minute left in the third, Rosie.
You know, Katie Taylor is being smart by clinching Serrano, because Serrano is delivering power punches.
She's throwing a mean left hook and a mean overhand left. But Katie is
remaining in the third, and the pressure building. And this is where Taylor does not want to get into a fierce exchange with Serrano. She's already tasted her power.
Yeah, I still don't like Katie's body language right here, but we'll see what happens.
Me either. She also has a worried look on her face.
Yes,
and her mouth is and her mouth is still open.
Yes. She doesn't look like the normal Katie Taylor tonight.
Nope.
A low blow.
Well, Amir Tyson did a tremendous job.
The language, I like this. She's coming out ready to fight right away every round. She's taking the center of the ring right away, and that says a lot about what Katie's thinking and how she's feeling. So though the body language doesn't look good, that right there is saying something.
This is round 4. And concern in the undisputed champion's corner. Serrano continuing to do what she did in that first fight. Put the pressure on. Delivered punch. Nice combination from the champion. Tries to escape. Serrano trying to cut off the ring. Corrals Taylor in the corner. And this is where Taylor wants to avoid being along the rope. She's in trouble again. She can It is ill-conceived for Taylor to get into a firefight with Serrano.
Not smart. Not smart at all. Serrano is a real puncher. Katie is not.
Let her go. Let her go. Let her go.
Serrano is #1 among female fighters in punches thrown, landed, and power landed. Taylor #2 in connect percentage and #3 in opponent's lowest power connect percentage. Two of the very best to ever put on the gloves, the creme de la creme. And this is what they are producing here with 42 seconds left in the fourth. Taylor trying to counter, but her balance. There's an issue with Rosie, with Taylor's body language.
I think that was from a headbutt.
That's a headbutt?
Yep.
Well, that's for Taylor stumbling and falling into Serrano. Having balance issues.
And it looks like a bad cut, too.
Yep.
Stop. Okay.
But they're both falling to each other, actually.
Orthodox southpaw, it happens all the time.
Surprised it didn't happen the first time.
Amen.
Good shot by Katie.
Serrano is knocked out in 6 of the 140 pounds.
Good shot. Good shot by
Nice
Taylor.
shot.
Oh, good shot by Amanda. Wow.
Amanda Serrano.
ये इसको तो आप जानते होंगे पागल मुस्कान खेठी
तुम्हारा नाम क्या है?
मेरा नाम आप लोग प्लीज कमेंट में बताइएगा ना।
बताइएगा तो ना, अभी तू खूब सुंदर नहीं है कि तुम्हारा नाम कमेंट में बताएंगे। नहीं है, ये खूब सुंदर है, बहुत अच्छी है मेरे लिए।
काहे पागल आइल बड़ा इतना तू प्यार में।
ये इसको ना सुबह सुबह पता नहीं किसी से प्यार हो गया है।
चली जाई बेकार में होई कुछ कांड तो भाई काट के रख देगा। याद नहीं है? ठीक बा, एडजस्ट करा लो।
और इनका नाम है प्रीति तिवारी, जो कि आप सबको पता होगा, टीम पे ही होंगे। हमारी मैडम जो स्टार है।
तो प्यार नहीं किया इनको? हम भी किए।
आप सब कमेंट में बताइए कि हम दोनों का मतलब कि जोड़ी कितना अच्छा लगता है।
अगर आप लोग अच्छे लगे तो मुझे बताइएगा, तुरंत जोड़ी तोड़ लेंगे।
ऐसा मत कीजिएगा, मेरी ही तो एक ही फ्रेंड है, पर ये है बस, उसके बाद कोई नहीं है, हम नहीं बनाते फ्रेंड।
मुस्कान नहीं है, कहाँ है?
गया है यार। और हम सबको